Gold Rush exclusive. Ness crew Leah's crash a near-death moment. Preview on this week's Gold Rush. Team Rick Ness has a big, muddy, and expensive problem. Ness rookie Leah Turnbull has driven a $500,000 truck into a silt pond, nearly drowning. At Duncan Creek, Greenhorn rock truck driver Leah Turnbull has crashed into the 20-foot deep tailings pond. And if Leah had driven another few feet, she could have drowned in the quicksand-like silt that fills the pond. So now Leah is safe, and Rick needs to rescue his $500,000 rock truck. TV show's Ace's exclusive clip below show that Ness is concerned for her safety, and once he realizes she is okay, he is barely hanging on to his anger. Brennan Rualt, who jumped ship from Team Schnibble, advises her to keep a lid on her comments and laughing and sit somewhere until things cool down. Rick's skeleton crew added Nathan Thornington to the mix with Rualt and Cruz. Thornington's expertise is to maneuver the distribution box into the wash plant. After a rough start with Rick asking the guys if they had ever moved a couch into an apartment, they get the heavy parts connected. They dragged the wash plant 25 yards to the creek cut, and that in itself was nerve-wracking. However, the move succeeded, and they hooked it to the water seamlessly. Brennan and Chris Cruz were pleased to be sluicing in May with Nathan and his additional help, and then Ness expanded his crew again. The bare-bones 3-person crew washed rocks for 3 days, and the pay revealed gold right out of the gate during the cleanup. Brennan pulled out a nugget the size of a corn pop. Remember to make his 2,000-ounce season goal. Rick needs at least 100 ounces a week, and the first 3-day run needs to be at least 50 ounces. Their first run yielded 67.50 ounces, better than he did last year for sure. The right prep work and the lean and competent crew made Ness's initial run a positive thing. And to keep some momentum, he hired Leah Turnbull. Unfortunately, it was her mistake that threw a wrench into the flow this week. Not just that, but this week's drama sees that malfunctioning seals on his water pump are the bane of his existence. And Ness needs a full-time mechanic to assemble his $1 million excavator sitting on the sidelines. So, he rings up mechanic and pal Carl Rosk, who is not well. Side note: TV show's Ace sends all our best wishes to Carl for good health and recovery. Rick is now in a pinch. He has no mechanic, a greenhorn who cannot drive very well, and a smaller 480 excavator doing the work his 750 excavator needs to be doing. Enter babyface Torsten Peterson, the 20-year-old mechanic who has his mom drop him off, and he cannot grow a beard. Check out the exclusive preview ahead of Friday's episode here. Gold Rush airs Fridays at 8 p.m. on Discovery. Season 12 of Gold Rush premiered Friday, September 24, while The Dirt is back at 10 p.m. Friday, November 5. Gold Rush exclusive. Ness crew Leah's crash. A near-death moment. Preview: the unforgiving Alaskan wilderness is a place where the pursuit of gold can push even the most seasoned miners to their limits. But for Leah Ness, a crucial member of the Ness crew on Gold Rush, the stakes have never been higher. In a dramatic turn of events that left viewers on the edge of their seats, Leah's life hung in the balance after a near-fatal crash while out in the treacherous terrain. With every twist and turn, the harsh conditions of the mining world prove how easily things can go from bad to worse in a heartbeat. The calm before the storm as the season progresses, the Ness crew has been on a relentless hunt for gold, working tirelessly to make up for lost time after a series of setbacks. Leah, known for her dedication and tough-as-nails attitude, has been a cornerstone of the team's success. Her role in managing the crew and keeping the operations running smoothly is invaluable. She's seen it all, from heavy equipment malfunctions to unexpected weather shifts, But nothing could have prepared her for what was about to unfold. On that fateful day, the crew was heading into a remote area of the mining claim, navigating narrow, winding roads. The weather had been unpredictable, with rain turning the ground into a slick, muddy mess. Visibility was low, and the tension in the air was palpable. Despite the harsh conditions, Leah was determined to continue pushing forward, knowing that time was running out to meet their gold recovery targets. It wasn't the first time they faced dangerous driving conditions, and Leah had always handled the crew's vehicles with expert precision. She had built a reputation for being calm under pressure, but that day, everything changed in an instant. The moment of crisis, Leah was driving the crew's off-road vehicle, a heavily modified rig designed to carry heavy loads across the rugged landscape. As she made her way through a particularly treacherous stretch of road, the tires suddenly lost traction. Vehicle slid uncontrollably across the slick surface, heading straight for a steep drop-off. The ground beneath the tires gave way, and the vehicle teetered on the edge, threatening to plunge into the deep ravine below. For a split second, Leah's heart raced as she desperately tried to regain control. The noise of grinding metal and screeching tires filled the air as the vehicle swerved dangerously. Her grip tightened on the wheel, her mind racing through every possible maneuver to avoid disaster. But the icy grip of the terrain had other plans. In what felt like slow motion, the vehicle's back end swung out, and the rig began to slide sideways, its momentum pushing it toward the edge of the cliff. Time seemed to stand still. Leah, with her sharp instincts honed by years of experience, managed to apply the brakes, but the ground was so slick that it barely made a difference. She felt the vehicle shift once more, and for a terrifying moment, she thought they might go over. Then, in a blur of motion, the rig came to a screeching halt, just inches away from the abyss. The aftermath, the crew, who had been trailing behind in another vehicle, rushed to Leah's aid as soon as they saw what had happened. The sheer weight of the moment was apparent as everyone scrambled to assess the situation. Leah was shaken, but miraculously, she had walked away from what could have easily been a fatal crash. Her face was pale, her hands trembling, but she was alive, and that in the world of Gold Rush was no small miracle. "I thought that was it," Leah confessed later, still trying to process the events that had just unfolded. "For a moment, I didn't know if I was going to make it out of there. It was the closest I've ever come to death, and it scared the hell out of me." The crew's relief was palpable. They had all grown to rely on Leah, not just for her driving skills, but for her leadership. To lose her would have been a devastating blow, both personally and professionally. For a team that had already faced so much adversity, this near tragedy was yet another reminder of just how dangerous life in the gold fields can be. The recovery after the crash, Leah took a few days to recover both physically and mentally. While the team helped salvage the damaged vehicle, Leah's focus began to shift back to the task at hand. She knew that time was a luxury they couldn't afford. As soon as she was able, she was back on her feet, rallying the crew and pushing them to get back to work. "The crash didn't change my determination to find gold," Leah said in a candid moment of reflection. "It made me more focused, honestly. When you come so close to losing everything, it really puts things in perspective. I'm not going to let anything stop me now." But even with her unshakable resolve, Leah knew that the dangers of the Alaskan wilderness weren't over. The terrain remained unpredictable, and the risk of injury or worse was always lurking in the background. For the Ness crew, this was just one more reminder that no matter how skilled or experienced you are, the elements have a way of humbling you. What's next for Leah and the Ness crew? The season continues. Viewers can expect Leah's near-death experience to be a pivotal moment in the team's journey. It serves as a stark reminder of the constant danger the miners face, and the toll that the high-stakes nature of their work can take on their mental and physical well-being. Despite the crash, Leah's commitment to the crew and their gold-hunting efforts is unwavering. In upcoming episodes, fans will see Leah's leadership in action as she guides the team through new challenges and works to maximize their gold recovery. Her crash will undoubtedly fuel her drive to push the team harder, but it will also serve as a sobering reminder of just how fragile life in the goldfields can be. Leah's story is one of resilience, bravery, and a refusal to back down in the face of danger. As the gold rush continues, her unwavering determination will be a beacon of hope for her crew, and for viewers who have come to admire her strength. A preview of the future is, the season heats up, the Ness crew's hunt for gold will take them deeper into uncharted territories, with new risks and dangers awaiting them at every turn. Will Leah's near-death experience motivate her to take even greater risks, or will it serve as a sobering reminder of the cost of ambition in the harsh Alaskan wilderness? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. Leah Ness is not someone who backs down easily, and she is determined to get that gold, no matter the cost. Stay tuned for more thrilling moments from Gold Rush as Leah and the rest of the crew continue their relentless pursuit of fortune and survival in the wilds of Alaska.